I haven't seen this yet, but so the company that made PUBG Mobile contracted with Iron Mace to make Dark and Darker Mobile, which is going to be a mobile version of Dark and Darker, and this is like the teaser trailer for it. Fucking wall spikes, dude. Yeah, so I mean, it's just them teasing what they're working on. I assume because it's all store-bought assets, it probably won't be all that difficult to make a mobile port of the game from what it is that Iron Mace already has accomplished. But it's interesting to see that they're working on it. Now, like, just so that everybody knows, none of the devs that are working on Dark and Darker, the PC game, are working on Dark and Darker Mobile. It's a third-party outfit that got contracted to make it. All Iron Mace is doing is saying, like, yes, this looks good. No, it doesn't look good. You know, they're offering, like, really broad general direction, but the game is being created by other hands-on devs in a different company. There's another one. There's another trailer. Oh, okay. All right, no, this one's different. Oh, we have a different one. And it's voiced. Okay.
Pleasure is but a cruel glimmer of hope in the depths below. Endless chambers traversed, countless foes vanquished. The faces of the fallen torment me. This labyrinth mocks
I like the art. The art looks cool.
Even victory tastes
like they look like an oil painting. Like whoever did the artwork for this, it looks pretty sweet. I really like this. This look is cool.
Like ash. Is there no end to the darkness?
Well, that's a little different. That looks like a paladin. That looks like a paladin, dude. That looked just like a paladin aura. Like the burning aura. Yeah, this? That is a paladin all day. 100%. There's a healing aura? Gotta be. It's gotta be a paladin. He's got a healing aura too. And he's doing damage to the skellies around him. Or they changed the cleric ability to like an AoE thing where he doesn't have to run. Unless he's standing still in that sanctuary. I thought he was moving though. He was walking, right? Yeah, he's walking with that going. So that's not sanctuary. Unless they made sanctuary a skill that you can trigger and it does like heal over time while you move. Because, you know, mobile games or whatever. The visual effect on the stealth looks even cooler. Damn, it looks like they iterated on their own game for their mobile port. Yeah, this is a mobile port that Dark and Darker contracted a company that made PUBG Mobile to create for them. Pretty cool looking trailer though. Yeah, so Krafton are the people that are making it. They're the ones that made PUBG Mobile. And we have patch notes. Okay, so real quick before we get to the patch notes, for those that want to be filled in, they are releasing another coffee bundle from Madrinas. You can go to Madrinas Coffee. It's in the Discord. You can click on the link or whatever. I'm not sponsored by them. They're saying that you get a tub of dark chocolate cinnamon churro, 12-ounce bag of chocolate cinnamon flavored whole bean, stainless steel shaker cup, and then the pouring one out in-game emote, which looks like this. So yeah, there you go. And I already ordered one for myself. To buy it, for those of you that want to know, if you're trying to buy it and you're getting it in like the States, it cost me $65 for US with the shipping. And it's a pre-order. It ships mid-December. All right? All right, announcements. We have patch notes. Early access hotfix. They're starting it at noon. So get your games in if you're still playing. You got 15 minutes, and then they're going to turn it off. So it starts at 12:30, and then the server returns to full service 2 hours after patch start. So we'll be back at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Okay, patch notes. Fix an issue where vendors were selling bolts in packs of 15 for 20 gold. Yeah, if you didn't notice, you can buy them right now on the Woodsman. 5 bolts is 5 gold. 15 bolts is 20 gold. Doesn't make any sense. So you get jebaited by the bundle. Fix several cases where items could disappear from inventory when network conditions are poor. So that happened this morning. I don't know, maybe I had a hiccup. Fix an issue where utility items would arbitrarily appear in the hand when equipped. Fix an issue where adrenaline spike would not activate. Hand crossbow mastery didn't apply the additional damage. Blood exchange recovery rate been reduced from 15 to 10%. Wait, well, hang on. Wait, am I game dev now? Hold on, because I said that. Yeah, I said that like verbatim yesterday. Maybe if it was like 10%. I think I said maybe if it was like 10%, that'd be fine. Barbarian's blood exchange max health reduction rate for 8 seconds has been changed from -25 to -30. Blood exchange skill tier has been changed from 1 to 5. It will now take longer to recover the full skill of the campfire. So it's a recoverable skill like Second Wind, but you could get it back like really fast sitting at a campfire. So you kind of just were able to just keep running it. Achilles strike duration changed from 4 seconds to 2.5, so they nerfed it back. They had brought this up to 4 from what, 2 or 2.5? So they've reduced it back down to 2.5 again. Adrenaline rush action speed increase changed from 25 to 15%. So this is a huge nerf to Slayers. It's a 10% reduction in attack speed. Action speed is attack speed. So way slower attack haste. So that's actually really good, because a lot of people were saying that they didn't like how Slayer was and that it was too good. You could swing a falchion too fast. It was doing way too much damage. I think this is fine. I didn't actually think that there was much of an issue with the fighter the way that they were, but dual wield action speed increase changed from 15 to 10%. So they got double nerfed. So overall, with adrenaline rush going and dual wield, they lost 15% in attack speed. So that's hopefully that kind of brings them into balance. Fighter's second wind health recovery amount has been changed from 50 to 40% of maximum health. That's interesting. I feel like that really wasn't all that strong. Fighter's second wind skill tier has been changed from 6 to 5. So this means at tier 5, it means that you'll be able to recover it with a gray campfire if you set it down yourself, I think is what it changes it to. Because when you set down your own campfire and then go to sit at it, you miss like the first like 2 ticks, I think. So in order to be able to use a gray campfire and get that back, you'd have to have a teammate set it down for you while you're already sitting. This, I think, makes it so that you can use a gray campfire and get it back. Fighter's perfect block has been changed to greatly improve the impact power of a block and parry for 6 seconds after activation instead of just for 1 block. Well, that's interesting too. Perfect block might actually be good now. Fighter's perfect block cooldown changed from 12 seconds to 24, though. They doubled the cooldown. Interesting. Ranger's crippling shot movement speed reduction has been changed from 25 to 35. Why? Why? Guys, STF, listen, buddy. You know that I love your game, all right? And I love you guys as devs. I think you guys are doing a fantastic job, if I may be so bold. Rangers do not need any more help. Rangers are very, very strong. They don't need anything else. If anything, crippling shot should be more like 15%. They're fine. Wizard's Fire Mastery now works properly with Zap and Ignite. Oh, that's huge. That is huge. Holy shit, that's huge. Wizard's Fire Mastery now reduces the amount of healing received by burned enemies by 50%. We're back. Chat, we're back. Wizard's back, baby. We're back. We're so fucking back. Wizard's Haste now grants 5% movement speed bonus, 10% action speed bonus, and 10% casting speed bonus. Okay. I'm okay with this. Like, I get it's not 12% move speed. 5% I think is fine, because between that and Invis, you're getting 10% move. I think that's okay. I'm all right with that. Buffball's even stronger? Disagree. Buffball's not stronger. Hard disagree. If you use Ignite on a barb and they run you down, the person being hit takes less healing. True. However, if you have a wizard on defense being attacked by the barb, there's no more bomb heals for the barb then. And if you're using Fire Mastery, you're also giving them a dot tick on top of giving them half their healing ability, which also means Blood Exchange is healing for 5%, not 10, and they're not getting bomb healed by a cleric on the backline anymore. That is a huge counter. Massive counter. Not to mention the fact that Achilles Strike only lasts 2.5 seconds now, so you're not getting them healing for 80% or 100% of their health. They're going to heal for 40, 50. There's no way you can say that Buffball's stronger. by this. Ain't no way. Cleric Locust Swarm channeling time changed from 8 seconds to 6 seconds. Locust Swarm attribute bonus is 100% now. Full stat scaling on Locust Swarm. Okay. Earthquake channeling time is 6 seconds. Earthquake damage per step changed from 10 to 7. Nerf to Earthquake. But Earthquake really wasn't about the damage that it was doing. I mean, it was when it was bugged, but it wasn't about the damage it was doing. It was more about the immobilization effect of it. So I think that that's fine. Locust Swarm having full stat scaling is kind of crazy, though. Locust is 2 damage per 10th of a second. It can't. That wouldn't make sense. 2 damage per 10th of a second. It has to scale like per second, not per 10th of a second, because that would be broken. This is 20 damage per second. So it's got to be 21, 22, 23, 24. It can't be 30, 40, 50, 60, because that would just scale out of control. Yeah, they fixed it, because it used to be broke like that. It's got to be 21, 22, 23. All right, that's fine. Locust Swarm might actually still not get used. Maybe if you had double Cleric and 1 ran Earthquake and 1 ran Locust on top, then fine, you could do some meme shit maybe there. Bard's Song of Silence ranged increased to 450, so Bards get a buff to their silence range. Duration 246, 1, 1.5, and 2 nerfed. Range increased. Cast time or duration nerfed to fuck. All right. Shriek of Weakness is a 450 range. Piercing Shrill is 450. They nerfed the damage of Shrill. 15, 20, 25 is 10, 15, 20. Piercing Shrill attribute ratio bonus changed from 0.1, 0.3, 0.5 to 1.0. Shrill gets full stat scaling, though. Physical damage upgrades give significantly more damage than before. Yeah, no shit. So they get 100% physical damage scaling. And you can get, what, plus 11, right? Plus the loot, which I think you can get 3. Or no, the flute. The flute's two-handed, though, so you should be able to get plus 3 physical damage, right? So you can get, what, 15? So that means Shrill hits for 35 at a 450 range. You have to kind of be on top of them, but that would hurt. No, you can get physical damage on weapons too, right? You can't get true physical and plus physical on the same piece of gear. You can't double stack. They remove that. You get plus 11, yeah. You can't get plus physical, only plus weapon on the flute. Okay. All right. So you get plus 11. So it'll hit for 31 if you had max plus physical. But you also have physical damage bonus, which would affect this base 20. So let's say if you have a 50% physical damage bonus, that's another 10, right? So you could technically hit for like 40-ish if you really stacked it up. That's a huge, like, this is a side grade. They basically made it mid-range no matter what. It's just the damage got nerfed and then 100% stat scaling. It just makes them more gear dependent. So starting build is weaker. Stacked build is stronger. When are they releasing the actual patch in full wipe? Probably a couple of weeks, man. It's going to be a while. Ain't no way Bard's getting 50%. I'd say realistically, you're probably looking at like 30 damage. Like a halfway decently geared Bard is probably going to have 30 damage on Shrill. But even still, 30 damage on something that goes through walls and ceilings and shit is kind of wild. All right, Din of Darkness displays an area where the effect occurs. So now you can actually see the aura around Din, which I think is fine. It needed a visual representation instead of just being like, oh, I'm suddenly losing life. Din of Darkness range changed from 300, 450, 600 to 450 across the board. Din of Darkness damage changed from 135 to 345. Okay, so a shitty Din still ends up doing damage instead of only being like a single point. Din of Darkness attribute ratio changed from 0.06, 0.09, 0.12 to 0.3, 0.3, 0.3. So it's getting a huge damage scale, actually. Magic damage upgrades give more damage than before. So it's getting a 30% damage scale. So it's plus 11 magic damage bonus. And then I know that you can roll magic damage on instruments. So you can roll a plus 3 on the drum. So you get plus 14 magic damage bonus. And then you have scaling from damage bonus gear. If you really went for it, you could get 50% magic damage bonus easy. So you get another 2.5 and then 30%. So like stretch goal, you're probably like 8, 9. I'd say realistic, maybe you could get to like 7, something like that if you played it perfect. Nothing crazy. You think it's 12 to 15? It's only 30% though. So I mean, you're 30% on plus 11. Plus, well, I guess plus 14. 30% on plus 14. So you're looking at like plus 4. 3.5. So that'd be 7, 6, 7, 8. If you really stacked it, because you're only gonna get the bonus on the base amount. Maybe you could do like 10. If you really stretch it, I think you're getting 10. I think like 8, 9, like would be average. I think 8, 9 would be realistic. There's no additional magical damage on weapons. Yes, there is. Oh, I don't know what the instruments can roll. I'm thinking like spell books and shit. Bards can't use those. You can get spell power. like magical power or whatever. Percentage increases and then like magic power. Because it's a two-handed, it would roll like up to +6. It could roll on lanterns, yeah. But it wouldn't matter though, because you're talking Din. Din uses drums. You have to have a two-hander for the drum is a two-handed item. Kitted Ranger does absurd damage. Higher gear, it's definitely not OP. I disagree. Ranger hits like a fucking truck. They are ridiculous. The only thing that really truly counters a Ranger that does the damage that it does is like a really high PDR fighter or a cleric. Those are the only counters they have. Everybody else pretty much gets wrecked. Plus the fact that they can just bring in an infinite amount of traps. They can have an inventory full of traps and just trap out everything. They're a little bit OP right now, I think. All right, Warlock stuff. Warlock Evil Eye changed from 3 to 1 base. Hellfire changed from 10 to 4. That, I'm good. I'm good. Life Drain changed from 5 to 4. I'm good with that too. Curse of Pain cost changed from 5 to 3. I'm good with that too. This means that new Curse of Pain with Torture Mastery hits for 1 HP more than old Curse of Pain. Totally fine. Totally fine. If you don't take Torture Mastery and you run a 3 HP cost on Curse of Pain, also totally fine. I think that's good. Evil Eye, no one ever runs unless you're running with a wizard that wants to do Chain Lightning shenanigans anyway. This Hellfire cost is fine. It actually makes Hellfire cheaper than what it used to be because it was 10 flat, and now it's 4. And with the double cost, it's 8. I think that's completely fine. That actually feels good to me. Like, really good. Ray of Darkness cost changed from 5 to 4. Ray of Darkness damage per second changed from 7 to 6. No one runs... Oh. Damage tick cycle changed from 0.2 to 0.1. That's 12. That's doubling the damage rate. Ray of Darkness might actually be... Oh, and it's got full stat scaling. Ray of Darkness might actually be badass now. That might actually be badass as fuck. Damage per second is still 6. No. Oh, damage per second changed from 7 to 6. Damage tick cycle is 0.1. Oh, yeah. Okay, no. Now it still sucks. Never mind. It doesn't double shit. It's 6 damage broken up into 1/10 of a second chunks. Nah, it still sucks. Scaling got doubled. Yeah, sure. It still sucks, though. 100% scaling. 100% scaling with plus 11 damage, plus a decent spellbook. I mean, all right, hold up. If we're cooking, decent spellbook and halfway decent damage scaling, you could probably make that hit 20 DPS, 20 damage per second pretty easily. Now I'm thinking. So my good Warlock in his good gear, this is his shit gear, but my Warlock with this shit gear is 54% magic power bonus, which wouldn't be much. That's going to give me 3 damage on Ray, but that's 9. And then you've got a halfway decent spellbook. So let's say you're at plus 5, and let's say you got another 5 magic damage. So you're at plus 10. So that's 19 with plus 5 magic damage on your gear and the spellbook. You're at 19 damage per second, broken up into 1/10 of a second chunks. And what's the duration on it? 7 seconds. The range is kind of short though, right? It's about, I think Ray of Darkness has the same range as like a Curse of Pain. So it's like 5 meters or something, right? And there's no way in hell you're going to keep your reticle on somebody's head unless you're using fucking aim hacks or some shit. So I think that's kind of out. You technically have the ability to hit somebody for like 100 plus if you were able to leave the ray on them and hit a torso/head like the entire time. I think the damage dealing potential in that comes down to like if you have like earthquake or a trap or something and you just beam someone in the face with it, you could probably melt them really fast. Failing that though, you can move while using it. And you can move while using it. Failing that, though, I still think it might be a meme. It might be good for like really short throw chases. And then the question I have is, if I'm running Soul Collector and I get the 6 souls and I get the 30% bonus, if I get the 30% damage bonus when I cast the spell, if it lasts for the duration of the beam, then we're fucking cooking. Then we're fucking cooking. If it doesn't last for the duration of the beam, nah. Also, if you're getting rushed, if somebody's trying to burn, like if somebody's coming at you, like through a door or whatever, and you see them coming and you can like catch them in the beam as they're like trying to W key in, you know, like buff ball comp or whatever, or somebody gets caught in a trap, somebody gets caught in an earthquake, you could probably do like the backward jog and just fucking beam them. And you might win it. It might be, it's like a slowly moving magic missile turret in that case, I think. If it's only on the first tick, I'm going to be pissed. I'll try it though. When the patch is done, we'll run it. We'll see what it does. Overall though, I mean, okay, the Ranger change is insanity. Like, I don't think Rangers need any help at all. The rest of this though, like, people in the comments section are going to complain that Wizards didn't need anything, and I will disagree. I think that this is a direct counter to the overwhelming amount of healing potential that clerics dole out. I think this is a direct counter to the #1 hardest counter that Wizards have, which is Rangers, and Rangers' ability to use biscuits. And hitting them with splash damage from a fireball, negating their ability to heal as well as they can, because let's be honest, they have a max move speed on the run heal that heals them like better than anything that isn't a cleric heal, which is, it's really strong. This helps with that immensely. I'm fine with that. Locust Swarm and Earthquake are kind of like nothing burgers or whatever. The Bard like side grade nerf buff kind of switcho changeo stuff looks okay on paper. Bards are still gonna bitch though. Warlock changes are a huge W, and Ray of Darkness might be a meme or it might be good. I don't know. It looks kind of maybe. The barb stuff is good. The fighter stuff is good. Overall, I'd say I'm like 85%. 85% W. I think these are good changes. I think they're good balance changes. I still don't understand the Ranger thing, though. That doesn't make a lick of sense to me. Is Zap better than Ice on Wiz? If you're running Fire Mastery, Zap is going to be good. Zap will be solid. You're negating, you're zapping healing potential off of Cleric heals. You're zapping healing potential off of Barbarian self-heals. You're zapping healing potential off of Fighter self-heals, Ranger self-heals. Like, that is a huge, it's huge. And the game needs more mechanics like this, if I'm being honest, because that will switch up the whole, like, meta. Like, this brings Wizards back into being, like, really viable without making them overpowered, right? Like, they're not gaining any more damage, but they're gaining utility, which is huge for them. I think it's cool. I think it's good. I think lately SDF's been playing Warlock, actually, believe it or not. People sleep on Crippling Shot. They don't know how good it is already. IMA's looking at the numbers to determine the move needs a buff because no one uses it when it doesn't really need a buff. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And then what happens is the entire player base shifts over to using Crippling Shot suddenly. And then you see how broke it is because now everybody's like, oh, this is super strong. Because you shoot 35% move speed reduction is on top of the base move speed reduction. So you're knocking out like 45% move speed on everyone that it hits if you hit him in the leg, which basically, like, it frees you up. Like, it's huge. They could just kite you forever. Like, you could, like, leg shot, snap up, double headshot on a recurve bow with a bunch of plus damage gear, and you pretty much just ended the entire career of anyone that doesn't wear plate. Like, it's kind of wild. Think Haste Change is going to rebirth the buff ball meta? No. 5% move speed on Haste isn't going to do anything. Plate can't catch Rangers. No, that's true, too. Like, Rangers have move speed, man. And then they got the Biscuit Heal and stuff. Like, Rangers probably the strongest it's been since, like, playtest 5. They're really fucking strong right now. Minus 115 speed when hitting a rogue. That's wild. Yeah. Do they even listen? I think they're just looking at stats. I'll put it this way. This is why the boys, girls, you know, this is why we test things, right? This is why we're here. This is what we do. It's an alpha thing. The majority of the changes, I think that we can agree, the majority of the changes on the list are moving in the right direction, right? I think the Rangers still need adjusting, but I think the majority of the changes are moving in the right direction. I'm pretty good with just about all of it. I think it's okay. It's just one of those things where they're gonna like in the playing of it, they'll be shown and then, you know, they make adjustments. That's it. 5% move speed is small blessings. Ranger just getting buffs with no penalties. They got some love. That's for sure. I mean, Ranger was in a really shitty spot for a while, you know? And right now, anybody that mains Ranger's probably like, it's my turn, bitch! You know, like just chest pounding like, let's go! They're ready. And I'm happy for them, I guess. But your days are numbered, motherfuckers, okay? All right? Days are numbered. Don't get used to it. They're coming for you next, all right? Wizard got hit hard over the last handful of patches. All right, you're coming. It's gonna, you're due. It's gonna happen, boy. Just saying, enjoy it while you can. Okay, major content update is in a couple of weeks. Hotfix 20's continuation of the rebuild, the diversity of playstyle. This time we focus on the caster-heavy classes with improvements to many of the lesser-used spells and songs. Plugging away on our major content update scheduled in a couple weeks. We plan to improve the out-of-dungeon progression and implement an improved matchmaking system for that major patch. We hope to announce more concrete features very soon. Thank you for your patience and support. Okay, so I'm working on something in the background with the Iron Mace devs to bring you guys some teaser stuff about a week before the patch hits. All right? So that's like, I guess, my big piece of news. I'm trying to help them put together something to show the community with, like, you know, some visual media and stuff like a week ahead of time so that people can, like, get an idea of what's going on and then, you know, maybe get a little bit of hype going. Something, you know what I mean? I have no idea what any of that is yet. They haven't sent me a damn thing, all right? But I'm trying to get something. We'll get something on the schedule once they have an idea of, like, roughly when the patch is going to release, which they won't give me an exact date because things change. But I told them, like, about a week in advance if we can put something together, you know what I mean? And we'll do a cast one of these evenings before the patch comes out. The big one. All right. Tell them to show Rogue love. Rogues are good. right now. I think Rogue is okay. Rogue seems plenty strong, man. You get some decent damage gear on a Rogue. They hit pretty fucking hard now. Players reset, yes. I don't know if they're gonna wipe out character names, but they are resetting like the points. So just so that everybody's on the same page with this too. So you have triumph levels, right? When you survive a dungeon, you get a point, or 2 or 5 or whatever. If you survive High Roller, you get more points. This starts off at like 25, something like that, right? Starts off at like 25 points. Every level that you get, the cost to get the next level doubles. So that's how you generate triumph levels. The more you play, obviously, the faster you generate it. They are resetting this progress bar, but not what you've earned. So you get to keep what you've earned, but they're going to reset the progress bar back down to 0 when the wipe happens. So that way you get triumph points faster again. That's like in this, that would denote a change of season, because that's what they said they were going to do at the end of each season, and their seasons are on 3-month cycles. So they're kind of sticking to that, it looks like, which also means my assumption would be, again, I have no confirmation of this. I do not know if this is actually true. My assumption would be that means that it's coming with a larger content push, like a new map or possibly like the Druid or something along those lines, so that when they do the major release, it will end up coming with like a big content push so that there's more stuff to do. All right. So that, I think that'll be cool. Possibly like new monsters and stuff, right? New boss maybe, because they said they were going to add the Cyclops to GC and all that other stuff. I would keep my eye out for that. Just make sure that you're kind of paying attention to like little posts that I make in Discord or on Twitter or whatever. I'll try to get the announcements out as early as I can with a date and a time and all that, so that everybody knows like when we're gonna like talk about stuff that's coming. All right. Need a female lizard. You need to have scaly boobs. I mean, that's fair. Sure, why not? Fuck it. I'm most looking forward to the sex update.